Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and episode 22. Here we are again in the Stanley Cup playoffs for the Atlantic Navigators franchise mode in NHL 20. We are already in year number 9, 2028 playoffs. We are coming off our second straight President's Trophy, a record of 56, 23, and 3. Tyler Seguin with one of the best years we've ever seen with 72 goals, 128 points. Jake Bean is coming off a Norris win himself. Year following his Norris win, 65 points in 82 games. Boris Koroshin in his year following his Vezina Trophy win, 39 wins in his season. After winning the President's Trophy last year, we got swept by the Toronto Maple Leafs. This time around, we're facing the Florida Panthers. Hoping that the President's Trophy curse is not going to hit us again. Let's take a look at the Florida Panthers team. They got Huberdeau, Barkov, and Maxim Smirnov, an elite first line. They got Tippett, Bjorkström, and Dalcol. Trocheck, Shaw, and Formenton is the third line. They have Nieto, Hayden, and Baptiste for the fourth line. Looking at defense, it's alright. I mean, they have Sierra, they have Ekblad, who's a 94. It's definitely holding that defense. Former member of our team, DEANGELO, Matheson, Gustafson, and Joe Hicketts. And in goal, they have David Rittich, so 79, and Soderstrom, who's a 78. I mean, looking at our team, we definitely have the better team on paper, but you never know with the simulation. Stallberg, Seguin, and Kakko, 91, 91, and 89. They all have a +1. Zadina, Kunin, and Fiala, who was a new acquisition this year, line number 2. Johnsson, Wennberg, Colby Reynolds, who's actually up to an 84. Aberg, Denisov, and Kapanen. Now, we unfortunately had to part ways with our captain of 8 seasons, Sammy Blais. Magnus Stallberg is our new captain of the team at 21, putting up 109 points. Capo Kakko had 117. So, I mean, our first line was 1, 2, 3 in scoring in the NHL, which is insane. Defense, we have Jake Bean, who's up to a 90 overall, guys. He was a free agent signing in his second year after winning the Norris Trophy. Look at that. He was almost a point per game last year. He's a 93 with a +3. Carson Lamos is a 91. We have Timmins and Byram on the second line. Hartikainen and Fleury on the fourth. Hartikainen is up to an 80 overall, which is great. In goal, we still have 85 overall. Boris Koroshin, elite goalie at 24. We also have Matthias Lindgren at 23. He's an 83 overall. So goaltending is fantastic. Let's get in the playoffs, guys. And let's knock out Panthers round number 1. I'm not looking to go down that easy like we did last year against the Toronto Maple Leafs. Game number 1, we do have home ice advantage throughout the course of the entire playoffs, winning the President's Trophy. Here we go. First game in our home barn, period number 1, 1-0. Outshooting them 14-9. Come on, their goaltender isn't even an 80 overall. We have an 85. Period number 2, 3-0. There you go. Luke Kunin, Mr. Bean, and Kasperi Kapanen. There is what we needed. David Rittich getting lit up in the second. Let's sim up to the end of the third, and it is 5-0. Zadina and Hartikainen, they actually Soderstrom in the net. We chase Rittich out of the game. A big 5-0 win for the boys in game number 1. Let's get that momentum and ride it all the way through the playoffs. Game number 2, playing at home once again. Atlantic Navigators have gained locker room chemistry. Of course, the boys are just on fire. They're firing on all cylinders. Let's get 2 goals in this first period. After 1, it is 1-0. All right, Hayden Fleury, I will take 1 goal as long as it's on our end. We are outshooting them. Let's see if we can extend that lead in the second. We cannot. Maxim Smirnov, the sniper, scores on Koroshin. Gonna go ×8 in the third. We are still shooting them, but not by a wide margin. We need a goal soon. There we go. Luke Kunin. I said we need a goal, and the answer is a call. We can't score in the power play, though. A big penalty kill. We are outshooting them by 10 right now. Just close the door. Big defense for the last couple of minutes. And they actually tied it. Jonathan Huberdeau with 54 seconds left. Oh, my goodness. All right. Well, let's look at the overtime. And See if we get the win. We do. Tyler Seguin, the OT hero, right at the start of overtime. Awesome. The team has a 2-0 series lead. Heading off to Sunrise, Florida. Get your sunscreen, get your hats, get your shades. We are not heading to the beach though. No playing around. It's all business from this point on. Period number 1. 1-1. SMIRNOV and Luke Kunin, who's just been great for us in these first couple of games. After 2, it is 2-2. Colby Reynolds and Maxim SMIRNOV, a couple of young guys scoring in the second. We are getting outshot. And Alexander Barkov, the elite sniper for the Florida Panthers. He strikes on Croson on the power play. Can we get a power play goal of our own? We cannot. Another power play. Man, Riddick is just holding down the fort over there in the Florida zone. 3 minutes to go, and we tie it up. Pontus Aberg ties the game up with less than 3 minutes to go. Fort Liner, let's sim up the overtime ×8. See if we can get our second OT win in a row. Come on, and unfortunately, it is Alex Formentum on the third line. That's upsetting. We drop game number 3 in Florida. We're going to have to bounce back. I would love to go back home with a 3-1 series lead. Let's get into this game and see how it goes. I just seen the Senators are leading the Lightning 3-0. Nathan McKinnon must be just lighting it up. Philip Zadina scores right off the bat in the first period. At the end of the first, still 1-0. Sim up the second period. 2-1. SMIRNOV and Owen Tippett. Oh my goodness. Come on, guys. We cannot let this series lead go by. We can't let Florida tie. And there's Kevin Fiala, the new acquisition. But SMIRNOV answers back. Man, SMIRNOV is just unreal. And Jonathan Huberdeau scores a power play goal in Corostin. Well, we got a strike here on this power play. And we cannot. 30-30 the shots. Bjorkström scores again. That's a 5-2 loss in Florida. Just like that, tie up the series. Well, it's a best out of 3. We got 2 games at home so far. The home team has won every game. So if this trend continues, we'll definitely win the series. Let's start it off right. Let's get a goal from Kako or Stallberg. And there's Alexander Barkov once again. After the first, still 1-0. Period number 2, 4-2. That's what I wanted to see. Hartikainen Timmins, a couple of goals on the back end. And Tyler Seguin gets 2 of himself. 2 power play goals. We actually scored 3 power play goals in the second. Huberdeau gets a goal for them. Let's sim up ×8 the third. Come on, boys. Let's get that 3-2 series lead. Can we get another power play goal? We cannot. I'm glad the power play woke up because in the past few games it was just silent. Sim up the end of the game, and are you kidding me? Barkov and SMIRNOV decided to ruin the party. 2 goals in about 4.5 minutes. And we are going to overtime once again, boys. Alright. We are going to overtime once again. And Alexander Barkov, I think that was a hat trick. Florida wins 3 games in a row. Barkov and Huberdeau with 4 points. Barkov with the Hattie. I mean, Barkov, Huberdeau, and SMIRNOV have been single-handedly just killing us in this series. Well, this is not looking good. President's Trophy winners for the 2nd year in a row facing elimination in round number 1. Come on, we need to get off a quick start in this one. 3-0. Yes, Seguin, Hartikainen, and the captain wakes up. Magnus Tallberg finally scores for us. After 2, 3-1. Bjorkström scores on Croson. Can we force a Game 7 on home ice? Can we do like we did 2 years ago in the playoffs and come back from behind against the Florida Panthers? 5-on-4 power play. We kill it off. 10 minutes to go. And that is it. Game number 7 will be played. We had 43 shots in that game. Alright, game number 7 here. It is on a Sunday, April 23rd in Moncton at the Avenir Center. It's loud. It's rowdy in that arena. Let's get off to a quick start in the first. That's not what I wanted to see. Trocheck and Barkov scoring Croson. Oh my goodness. Come on, big kill. We absolutely need to kill that penalty. They're out shooting us. Come on, there we go. Tyler Seguin scores on the power play on David Riddick. Come on, boys. Get one more before the end of the second right here. Gotta tie it up soon. They're out shooting us almost twice as much. After 2, it is still 2-1. Trailing from behind, heading into the third period. This is not looking good, guys. Look at the shots. Oh, my shot scores. 12 minutes to go. And a 78 or 79 overall goaltender is really going to beat us in the first round. For a second year in a row, Baptiste scores. I don't know what's going on, guys. Our team was fantastic, and we just dropped the ball. We were up 2-0 in the series. And for a second straight year in a row, the President's Trophy winners are knocked out in run number 1. Well, it's not a lot more I could do. I mean, we had some 90 overalls in the offense, 90 overalls for defense. We had an 85 goaltender, and the team just got beat by Barkov, Huberdeau, and SMIRNOV. Kunin, Zadina, Seguin all had 6 points. Seguin had 5 goals. Stallberg had 5 as our captain. He only had 1 goal. Look at Grosin, 3-2, 2-1. So, I mean, not great stats. That's really unfortunate. Well, we're going to have to try and win in year number 10. Although we will have some contracts to sign for sure. Sagan's contract is over. And not sure if we'll be able to keep him. But I'm actually going to check out the Halifax battalion here. If we can get a Calder Cup, that'd be nice. So we're playing against Springfield Thunderbirds right now. So it looks like it is round number 2. So we beat the Americans in round number 1. I'm just going to go ahead and sim up the entire series here. So 4-1 loss, 6-5 win, 4-1 win. So we're up 2-1. It's going to game 7 and we win. There we go. So we're going to play against the Ice Hogs in round number 3. Couple of losses there. Can we force a game 7? We can. There we go. Halifax Battalion come back and they win the Calder Cup. At first, I didn't even realize that was the final, but there we go, guys. Halifax Battalion with a 7-3 win. They win their second Calder Cup in 3 years. There you go. Harvey Pinar, our captain, 26 points. Ilinin, 23. Zharkov and Corey with 20. Let's look at goaltending. So I know we had an elite potential goaltender in there. Gallagher, look at those stats. Up to a 79 overall. Yeah, there we go. We have... Well, I'm glad that we got a championship at least in this season. I mean, it's not the Stanley Cup, but regardless, we are Calder Cup champions for a second time. And the Los Angeles Kings have won another Stanley Cup against the New York Rangers once again. Poor Rangers, always getting beat by the Kings in their finals. Los Angeles are Stanley Cup champions. And that means that Alexis Lafreniere and Tomasz Tatar are Stanley Cup champions. You love to see that. And the draft lottery just went crazy. The Pittsburgh Penguins have won the draft lottery. After losing Sidney Crosby, they're picking number 1. And Columbus went from 9 to 2. Colorado went to 3. St. Louis to 4. That's crazy. Wow. Penguins and Columbus 1 and 2. Taking a look at the retired players, and there is Sidney Crosby, finishing off his career in the AHL with the Rangers affiliate. 1,599 games played, 804 goals, 1,158 assists for 1,962 points. So in this franchise mode, we've seen Alex Ovechkin pass Wayne Gretzky for goals all time. And now Sidney Crosby passes Jaromir Jagr and sits alone at second all-time in NHL points behind Wayne Gretzky. What an incredible career. Finishes off at 40 years old. One of the greatest of all time. J.K. Voracek retires as well as Ryan Johansson, Alex Pietrangelo, Nugent Hopkins, Hoffman, Backlund, Schwartz, Marcus Johansson, Eric Haula, Sheary. Going down the list of all the players here, as you guys can see, that retired. Now, I'm actually going to go see goaltending just in a few moments right now. See which goaltender has called it quits. So, Calvin Pickard, and he's actually from Moncton, New Brunswick. Funny enough, my hometown, there he is. And then the rest of the goaltenders down the list here. So one of our coaches actually retired from the NHL. Jean Valcourt, he would have been one of our assistants. So we're going to have to find another coach to replace him. Doesn't look like any players that became coach or scout. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a look at the draft class right now quickly. Let's see what we're looking at. So a lot of elites. We actually have a medium top 4 at number 2. So we have Esa Tukio, 18-year-old out of the Liga, similar to Milan Lucic, a big body. You got Justice Gleason, a great name, similar to PK Subban, NHL already. Wow, so an elite defenseman. This guy got 74 points. Robinson Shing out of the OHL from Niagara, similar to Joe Thornton. Omar McGillis, he had 18 points as a center in the Liga, similar to Nick Backstrom. Got Dawson Della Rovere. What a cool name. 18 years old with the SHL. Similar to PK Subban. So a couple of defensemen that are similar to Subban in the top 5. Then we have Mikael Enqvist, 18 years old. Another defenseman similar to Subban. So we have 3 of them. Wow. Then we have Tomi Kartinen. He's similar to Vlasic. There you go. Somebody other than Subban. I'm going to take a look if there are potentially some other players later in the draft that we could target. So Daryl Byers, here's a goaltender here. Could be high elite. We actually have a guaranteed medium elite here. Nikita KOZHEVNIKOV, he's a goaltender, 19 years old. Similar to Craig Anderson. He's actually a gem, so we're definitely going to try to get him. Then down the list, no other guarantees. All right, so we got a 28 overall pick. Gonna sim up the first round and see what's going on here. So Tukio, 81 overall medium elite. Gleason, 78 overall high top 4. McGillis, 79 overall elite. Shing, 80 overall medium elite. Della Rovere, 80 overall medium elite. ENGQVIST, 79 medium elite. So a lot of very good ratings for the top 5. Then it drops down. Doesn't look like there are any other elites that were picked in the first round. So we're just gonna go over to our pick. The player we want is definitely going to be targeted in the second round. This guy is a guaranteed medium top 6. Our scouts like him. Jacob Kochi out of the Extra Liga. Definitely going to take him. And we have a guy here, Mudis Sandini out of the Moncton Wildcats. Of course, my hometown team. I will like him, but I don't know if he's going to be good potential or not. Only 1 bar. While Kochi, our scouts like him. He's the highest rated player right now. And he's a medium top 6. I'm going to take him. So I'm going to take him. Firstly, the Atlantic Navigators would like to congratulate the Los Angeles Kings on winning the Stanley Cup. At our first pick for the draft, we are proud to select out of the Extra Liga HC Dynamo Pardubis. Not sure if I pronounced that right. I apologize. Jacob Kochi. Let's see what his rating is. He's 65 medium top 6. I'm actually going to try to find out what the Sandini was 64 top 9, so we made the right pick. Hopefully the guy we wanted that's a guaranteed medium elite still available. There he is, Nikita KOZHEVNIKOV. He is a Belarusian, so he's from the same country as Boris Korosin. That's pretty cool to see. Let's take him, see what his rating is. 60 overall medium elite out of the draft. That's very good for a goaltender. All right, so this guy here, Par NYQUIST. He's a centerman, 18 years old. 3 out of 4 bars. Chance he's elite. He is low top 6. Unfortunately, not an elite potential player there. So as our next pick, 124 overall, I'm going to take this guy, Pekka KOIVU. Big fan of the name. Saku KOIVU is one of my favorite players of all time. Let's see if he's any good. Right winger. He's low elite, 54 overall. So should have decent trade value. So as our next pick here in the 5th round, 156 overall. Let's see what else we could get. I mean, I don't know if there are any other gems. I'm going to take a quick look. Does it look like there are any for ratings? I mean, a couple of guys could be medium elite. They only have 1 bar, though, so it's really a shot in the dark. Just going to go ahead and take the guy that had the best season. It looks like either this guy or Moises Young. He's 6'4", 200, big body at 19. Going to take him. Moises Young, low top 9. All right, so our next pick here, 188 overall. I'm going to go quickly in this draft. I'm not going to take too much time here. So I'm going to take this guy, Blake McDermott. Could be low elite. Let's take a look. Low top 9. Now, this is our last pick of the draft. Once again, these picks is pretty much a shot in the dark. Maybe try to get a medium elite center with good trade value. Hector Dirksten, he's low top 6. So that will do it for the draft. We did get a medium elite goaltender, which is pretty good for trade value in case we want to include him in a trade. Let's sim up to a re-sign phase, and let's take a look what we need to do for our contracts. Our head coach still has a 64% team fit, which is great. I mean, I don't think coaching was the problem. I mean, we had Amir Wooten. We had Wooten as our head coach. Like I said, good team chemistry, good chemistry with the assistant coaches. We had a couple of ex-NHL players in Parise and Hedman, so I don't think I need to change anything in the coaching side. But let's take a look at the contracts here. And of course, Tyler Seguin, he is in need of a new contract, as well as Magnus Stahlberg, our captain. He's priority number 1, 11.4 per 5 years. We actually only have 11.4 left. Seguin was 10 million, so I think we're going to have to let Seguin walk. We might have to do a trade or two to free up some cap space, but as for centers here, we would need probably one more center. As for wingers, maybe, Andreas Johnsson down to a 79. This is going to be a rough year, guys. Unfortunately, it looks like our chances of winning the cup may be going down. Colby Reynolds up to an 85. He wants 2.2 for 2 years. I'm definitely going to give him that contract. As for defense, Hartikainen up to an 80 overall. $5 million for 5 years is a lot for an 80 overall, though. Byram down to a 79. That's pretty rough. As for goaltending here, Gallagher, we still have Croson on a contract. Matthias Lindgren. You know what, guys? I mean, we still have to sign. We could potentially have Lindgren in net and trade Croson here. Because the way I'm looking at it, we're going to have to sign Stahlberg. We're not going to have the cap space to do it. If we re-sign, if we trade Croson, we'll definitely have enough. We'll have an extra 6.7 to play with, where we could put that towards Hartikainen. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to qualify Stahlberg, just so we don't lose him in free agency. I already offered contracts to a couple of guys, so where we're going to have to focus is probably trading Croson on July 1st. In case somebody sends an offer sheet to Stahlberg, we 100% need to keep that guy. It looks like we're going to have to say goodbye to Tyler Seguin, unfortunately. He was incredible for us, multiple individual awards. Just, unfortunately for us, his contract is up. He was a big part of our team. It's just we won't have the cap space to sign him and Stahlberg as well. So we still have 9.955 remaining for cap space. If I trade Croson, we'll have about 15, 16-ish left. Hartikainen is somebody that we're going to have to re-sign, because for our defense is somebody we're going to have to keep. Right now, we're going to take a look at main roster. We have Bean, Lambos, Timmins, Fleury, Hartikainen, and Byram. So, I mean, he's low elite. He's looking for $5 million. I mean, I'm hoping that he can grow. It's just a lot of money. So I think I'm going to let Hartikainen go to free agency. I'm going to qualify him so we don't lose him. All right, so let's head into free agency here. Magnus Stahlberg is the only elite potential player there. He actually wants $14.8 million. That's unreal. I mean, remember we drafted him 3rd overall in 2024. I knew he was going to be sick, but that's unreal. I mean, 109 points last year at 22. So we're definitely going to have to make cap space, because we 100% want to keep that guy. I mean, it's a lot of money, but he's the face of the franchise right now. And then after that, we don't have any other elite players, I think. We have 90 overall, Tyler Seguin there, of course. 88, Gord and Pospisil. They want a lot of money. Look at that. I mean, look at that. We have Hartikainen, he's low elite. Those two guys are offered RFA offer sheets, of course. Zachary Leroux, I'm signing him on a 2-way contract. He's a rookie for the Moncton Wildcats in real life, my hometown team. 2-way, 80 overall. Come to our team, buddy. I want that guy. I'm not even looking twice. I mean, two-way contract, why not? So like I said, unfortunately, I think it is time to part ways with our Vezina winning, Stanley Cup winning Boris Koroshin, because we have another goaltender who's knocking at the door and is ready for a starting role next year, and that is Matthias Lindgren, 83 overall at 24. He's more than capable to fill in Koroshin's shoes. I'm going to take a look just off the bat what we could get. Andre Kasha, we had him at the beginning of the franchise mode. Well, you know what? Edmonton is listed as a rebuilder. I'm going to see if I can get a pick from them. Maybe a first-round pick. I mean, I know it's trade value is way on our side for that. Let's take a look at all the skaters they have. Maybe there's somebody else on their entry-level deal that we could get. Because I really don't want to spend any cap space at all. This guy here, ZADOROV, he's a center, 81 overall. 20 years old. He played in the AHL. He could be a decent four-line center for us. His puck skills are insane. Skating is pretty good. Does have a decent shot. Artem ZADOROV. He could probably be on our fourth line because we do need a fourth-line center. He's listed as a playmaker. Trade value is still way on our side. So I'm going to see maybe he can squeak in another pick from Edmonton, maybe a second or a third. No, maybe a second for next year. Going to try to get an extra third-round pick here. Even that, the trade value is still way on our side. Maybe another first. I know it's a lot. I don't think that's going to go through. I'm going to try to get maybe a second for next year. Second and first and ZADOROV for Koroshin and Paxton. I think that trade makes sense. Trade rejected. All right, so remove the pick. Trade value is way on our side. Still trade rejected. I don't understand this. I mean, maybe if I just take off the first for this year and make it a first for next year, is that going to go through? Trade accepted. All right, there we go. So we get our fourth line center. We don't have to worry about that in free agency. We get an extra first round pick for next year for either trading for an asset. And we do save up on $6 million of cap space. So thank you, Boris Koroshin, for everything you've done for the team. Matthias Lindgren is going to be the man between the pipes for our team moving forward. So one thing I got to do here is I do have signed Magnus Dahlberg. We have the cap space to do it. It's going to want a lot of money. 14.8 for 4 years. Let's give him everything he wants. We are set. The rest of the team is pretty much ready. I don't think we need any other items. I don't think we need anything else in free agency. Let's see if our captain is coming back. We needed to wait free agency to make that trade. Zachary Lure is going to go back to Columbus. That's unfortunate. All right, come on, Stahlberg. Make your decision, buddy. There you go. The captain is back, baby. Magnus Dahlberg. He is joining the team once again. $14 million. One of the biggest contracts of all time. But we're going all in to win this year. That's no question for sure. Gonna sign maybe a couple of these guys for two-way deals. Steenbergen, Team Canada hero from a couple years ago. How about he comes to the team? That would be pretty cool. Alright guys, so what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to have to trade Andreas Johnsson here because the thing is he's under 80 overall, making 4.9. It's going to be a salary cap dump for sure because I'm going to try to get a couple more forwards because right now we may need a one forward or two. Our centers are set for now. As for left wingers, we could use two left wingers potentially. Right wingers, we do have four. We have 5 solid wingers. So I'm thinking one forward, maybe two. We do have a couple of interesting options in free agency still. So we have $6 million to work with in cap space. I'm going to go to affordable. We have some big names. John Tavares and Steven Stamkos. I'm looking to get one of these two guys. That would be awesome. I mean, we brought some big names in the franchise mode throughout the years. We had Ovi, we had Kane, we had Sagan, we had John Carlson. I mean, look at that, Tavares. Still a 30 to 40 goal scorer here. Over 50 to 70 points. If we look at Steven Stamkos here, he had 75 points, 30 goals. He had 104 points last year. Look at his shooting. Look at his shooting. There's 90s over there. Puck handling 5-star. Speed 86. You know what, guys? I'm going to try to sign Steven Stamkos. He wants $5 million for 2 years up to the time he's 40. You know what? We have the cap space. Let's give him $6 million. Give him almost $1 million more. Come on, Steven Stamkos. Join the team. Get a Stanley Cup. That would be pretty cool if Stammer joins the squad. He would be like Ovechkin. Big shot. A lot of goals. Let's see if he decides to sign with our team. Yes, there we go. We get Steven Stamkos on the squad, boys. Let's go. Steven Stamkos is on the team. Extremely happy for that. He's 85 overall. There we go. I think we are set to go get our lines done. We are listed as a champion. This is going to be a year where we win our second Stanley Cup. Hopefully the simulation is nice to us. And before going into the next season, before ending the episode, Miro Heiskanen goes to Rangers for a couple of prospects. Actually, a prospect in Heinen. Big trade there. Before I end the episode, guys, I'm going to go through the individual awards for the past season. Tyler Seguin surely brought home quite a lot of hardware. I'm really excited to see that. I think it was a successful offseason. We brought Stahlberg back. We lost Seguin, but we brought in Steven Stamkos. So Jukka Hartikainen, we still have him as an RFA right now as well. So hopefully no one does an offer sheet on him because he's a guy we definitely need for a defense core. We actually don't even have enough. If somebody offers him an offer sheet, I may have to try to make a trade, move a couple of low-end players, just at a couple million more to be able to sign him. I'll see what I can do. Hopefully no one offers him an offer sheet. Alright, guys, I'm actually going to have to make a move here. I'm going to have to trade Kasperi Kapanen. He was with our team like 4 times, I believe, but 3.1 for an 82 overall is not a lot. But where we could have a 79 overall, only 3 overall is lower on a low deal, 2-way deal. We need money to be able to get Hartikainen back. So we get 2/3 from the Minnesota Wild. Kasperi Kapanen, he scored our first goal of our franchise mode. So what I'm going to have to do here is just sign Hartikainen. He wants less than $3 million for an 80 overall low lead potential player. 2.7 is more than reasonable. I'm actually going to go ahead and give him 3 just to make sure that he does join the team. There we go. Hartikainen is with the team. Our team is officially set. Alright, guys, this is the team we're going to go in year number 10. Steven Stamkos on the first line with a +1. He's an 85. Playing with 2 players who are 91 with the +1. Magnus Stahlberg, Capo Caco, Steven Stamkos. What an awesome first line. Line number 2, Alexander Wennberg with Philip Zadina, Kobe Reynolds. They have a +1. Reynolds and Wennberg are 87, Zadina 86. Reynolds went up to an 86 at 23. Denisov went up to an 83. He's going to play on the third line in the wing, Kunin and Fiala. So either 85, 88, and 84. Our fourth line is a bit rough, but still can get the job done. We have Joni Ikonen, who is a 79 overall in the second round in 2017. He was drafted, so he's a power forward. Artem Zadorov, who we got in that trade. He has puck skills 4.5, shooting is decent, speed 88. So he's going to be a pretty good fourth-line center for us. 80 overall faceoffs. We have a lot of centers, which is a good thing. Pontus Aber, he was with the team a while now, between NHL and AHL. He is on the fourth line. Defense is looking great. Lambos and Jake Bean. Bean is in 90 with a +3. Bean, unfortunately, did go down 3 overall, but he's still very good. Timmins is an 85. Barman 82, so we get the Colorado prospect combination right there. Then Hayden Fleury in 83 with Hartikainen. With the +1, he's an 81. Fleury is an 84. So we freed up $6 million of cap space to be able to get Stahlberg in free agency, get our captain back. $14 million is a lot of money. It's a huge contract, but it's win now mode. Did we make a good decision to trade Karostin? Well, look for yourself. Matthias Lindgren is an 87 at 24. He's 2 overalls higher than Karostin. Look at those stats. 5-star reflexes, 4-star puck control, almost 5-star athletic. We have Alvin Gallagher. He is our backup goaltender. Special teams is insane. Reynolds, Kunin, Stahlberg, Zadina, Kako. Second unit has a +3. Stamkos, Wennberg, Fiala, Lambos, and Bean. As for AHL, just right now, went best lines. I'm probably going to do a couple of more changes for the next episode. We have a +5 for line number 1, which is awesome. So, like I said, this is just initially what I'm going for. I'm probably going to make a couple of more changes before next episode. That's what the defense looks like right now. We actually have a -1, which isn't great, but we have +3 for the top pairing. In goal, and once again, minimally potential goaltender, Bradley Ritchie. We scouted and drafted goaltenders really nicely in this franchise mode. We've always had a good pipeline of goaltenders. We've had elite goaltenders in our system throughout almost the entire franchise mode. And before we end it off, we got to look at one more thing, guys, the individual awards. This is for year number 9. So it's for the trophies, of course, the Halifax Battalion. They won the Calder Cup, second championship in 4 years. Stanley Cup went to the LA Kings. We won the President's Trophy for a second year in a row, knocked out of the first round. They beat the New York Rangers in the Stanley Cup Finals. Individual awards, Tyler Seguin wins the Art Ross for a second year in a row. He wins the Hart for a second year in a row. The Norris goes to Merkley. He always seems to sim well in this game. The Lady Bing goes to Seguin for a second year in a row. Calder goes to Galvis from the Rangers. Alexis Lafreniere gets a Calder trophy. Man, this Alexis Lafreniere gets a Conn Smythe. Look at the names below. Kako, Hughes, and Lafreniere. 3 young kids getting back-to-back-to-back Conn Smythe trophies. That's really cool to see. The Vezina goes to Blackwood for the Vancouver Canucks. Wow. Jennings goes to Hillen. Bill Masterton, Festorani. The Bill Masterton goes to Festorini for the Penguins. The Devils coach gets to Jack Adams. The Selke went to Elias Pettersson, second time in 3 years. Ted Lindsay goes to Seguin and the Rocket Richard. Tyler Seguin is just a machine. Let's count how many trophies he got in the past 2 years. So, back-to-back 10 Lindsays, that's 2 awards. Maurice Rocket Richard, that's 3. Back-to-back Art Rosses, 5. Back-to-back Hearts, 7. And he won the Lady Bing 2 times in a row, 9. Tyler Seguin won 9 individual awards in 2 years. That's just unfair. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I mean, he didn't win a Stanley Cup with us, but oh man, did Tyler Seguin dominate. That's going to do it for the episode, guys. Next episode, year number 10. This is the big year. Go big or go home. We need to win the Stanley Cup, as it may very well be the last year of this franchise mode, because I got another franchise mode starting in mid-February. Do leave a like if you enjoyed, guys. We appreciate it. Thank you for supporting this series. It's been a blast doing this. Subscribe if you're new so don't miss out on any future content. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day.